All right, everyone. Hello, good evening. How are you guys doing? It's nice to meet you again. Today marks the final class of our Ascent Web Development Bootcamp before we dive into the project phase next week. So next week be dedicated to project phase, and we'll be running a one-on-one mentorship throughout next week to help you and guide you, put you through your project. The project information will be shared, and we'll help break it down. It will be shared on our community on Telegram. So if you're not part of the community, a link to the community uh, page on Telegram has been attached to the description of this video. So do well to look at the description of the video and join us to enjoy your project. So we'll help you, put you through everything and ensure that you are well guided. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So I will do a quick recap of what we have been doing so far in the bootcamp. Okay. It has been an amazing one. And I believe you all enjoyed it from day one up to this stage. It has been so super amazing, right? Super amazing. So on the first day, we started with some basic introduction. We introduced web development, introduced HTML and everything about web development. In day two, we did a bit of history of web development, and discussed domain, hosting, DNS, HTTP, and every other thing related to the web browser. I'll put them together, introduce how they all work together to give you a functional web browsing experience. All right, so in day three, we dive deeper into HTML, more of giving you the HTML structure and intro to elements. And that was the first HTML page development that we made. So we built our first HTML page. We included a video in that page, I remember. So on day four, we did looked at headings, we looked at paragraphs, we looked at lists, and we looked at hyperlinks. On day five, we looked at images, audio, and multimedia. Day six, we discussed tables. Day seven, we looked at forms. Okay, HTML forms. So if you're finding it hard to, understand all these concepts, kindly go through our videos here on YouTube. You can look at the live section of our YouTube page, and you would see everything, including other videos that we've had in the past for our previous sessions. Okay, so do well to look at these videos at your convenience, even if you have not been following, even if you are starting today, you can always lay hand on these videos and start learning HTML with them. So we're planning to move further from HTML to CSS and other programming languages. Okay, so kindly stay tuned. We'll announce the date for that, and we'll announce the the pattern and the processes for that when it comes. All right. So today we'll be looking at semantic HTML and best practices. Okay. So imagine you walked into a market, let's say a Nigerian a normal Nigerian market. Okay. And everything is everywhere. Like you are seeing shoes beside tomatoes, shoes and tomatoes are kept together. Maybe you see electronics mixed up with fish, everything put together in the same place. I mean, you'll be confused. You'll be so confused. Of course, it's a supermarket, but shopping will be very tedious and stressful. Okay. Okay. Also, imagine a well organized supermarket. where each section is clearly labeled. For instance, vegetable section, shoes, cosmetics, checkout, and everything is well organized. That's exactly what Semantic HTML does for your web page. It organizes your content in a meaningful way so that browsers, users, even Google and search engines can understand what each part is meant to do or what each part is meant for. All right. So I'm going to discuss some key semantic tags, and uh, I already have a web page developed. Okay, putting everything that we have been doing together to build the web page. So I'll show you the web page, and we'll discuss everything in a well detailed form. Okay. Now we have the header elements, the opening and closing header tag, not head, but header. This one's is like what we use for our top section. If you come to a website, let me open Softzenith website and put you guys through Softzenith. Uh, Let me just go to the Softzenith website and use it to demo this session. I'll share my screen. So let me know if you can see my screen. So when you come to this page, this is Softzenith website, you would see that we have a header. This black section is more like the heading of the page that contains the logo, the nerves, and some basic information about the web page. You can see it's well organized. When you look at it, it contains the head of the page. So that's what we call the header. Okay. So we also have the nav, the navigation links. That's the nav bar. So if you come here, inside the header, we'll have the nav. Inside the header, we'll have the logo. Okay, so this is a nav bar. These are always navigation links that take you to other sections of the page, or links that take you to other pages in the website. So they are called nav links, right? So these links are always at the top. So they are part of the header. It helps to keep things organized. So when somebody comes, they know that, yeah, yeah, the nav bar is here. Just imagine that we have this home link here. I have about us somewhere down. We have services somewhere at the right, scattered everywhere in the page. So it will be very hard to locate and navigate, different sections of the page from here. All right. So you can say this thing, putting all these things into one group called header keeps it organized. So please don't bother yourself about the colors and the styles, the positioning, the structuring. There are very much more skills that are required to make this happen. You need HTML, good. You need CSS also for the colors, the fonts, and we need JavaScript for some animations and other things that are happening here, right? So some of the things that made this page look so beautiful and organized are not limited to just HTML, but HTML is the foundation and the structure that made it at least where we started from when we are developing this website. All right, so you can see it here. So we have other tags like the section. Okay, the section tag. When you come to this website, you will see that we have different sections. For instance, this is the carousel section. This section that contains this picture, this moving picture, is a section of the website. Okay, you can see this section here where we have IT courses. This is with just a white from here to here is a section, from here to here is also another section. You can see we have different sections organized together. See it, some are differentiated with colors. Okay, you can see these sections. We have services. Each section has its own background. You can look at it. You have partner sections. You can look at it here. We have the contact section. These are different sections of the website. Have this one is the footer. So after the sections, we have the last section called the footer that contains, the last part of the website, more like the footer, the bottom area. Sometimes it contains the copyright, contacts, and some useful links and useful information. Okay, so you can see it here, right? That's what semantic HTML does to a website. So for instance, if you go to Google, let me go to Google right now. Just follow me. Let me go to Google. if you come to Google and search Softzenith, so you can see we have, this is the home page. You can see different about us, completed, all those. These are different pages and different sections of our website. Okay, semantic HTML was what helped make this possible, right? So it helped Google to define different sections of the website and the links to these sections through the organization, through the way we organized it, through the way we grouped it. Just like in a supermarket, you know the section for vegetables, you know the section for beverages, you know the section for cosmetics. That's what semantic HTML does for Google and search engines. Okay, so yeah, that being said, all right, let's go to our code editor. We already have a website that was developed. I'm going to take you through that website. We're going to discuss everything in that website, and that should be all. So we'll go back to our code editor, Visual Studio Code. So let me know if you can see my studio code. So I'll share my screen. I'm sorry, trying to locate my Visual Studio Code. Can't find it. All right, so you can see it now. So this is what we have been doing so far. And before I forget, we also have all this code from day 1 to day 8. You'll find them on our Bootcamp GitHub page. All right, so that GitHub page is attached to the description of this video. If you scroll down the description, you see repository and resources page link on the description. Please do well to go through them and you can practice on your own. So we have the 8, and then let's have our index HTML. So I'll paste my code there. I already have it written. So I'm going to explain this code, but before I explain it, let me try to run it. This is our image. Let me add this image here. You can say okay. I think that should all right. So let me save this and then let me share my screen, please, for you to see it. So I believe you can see this is what we are building. This is more like our nav link. This is the caption. Okay, so this is our nav link. This is the image we have. Can have something like a blog, some sections here. Sorry. So for instance, we click about, takes you to about me section. If you click on services, this is our services section, web development, UI UX. If you click on contact, takes you also to this contact section, and that's what we're able to achieve. So let me just go back to our Visual Studio Code and explain everything to you so you will understand, and also you can practice on your own. Get to our repository and practice this on your own. Okay, to help you in the project week when it starts. All right, so we have our web page here. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen. So you already know we have our HTML opening tag. Let me remove this and show you. This is normal HTML opening tag and the HTML closing tag. Everything is in between them, the usual way. So we have an attribute called lang. This is just to tell HTML that the language that we'll be using for this whole website is English. We use EN. So there are other language codes that you can use for other languages. You can check it online. You can search different values for lang. You can search it and you find it. But since we are focusing on English, this is okay for now. And we have the head. I think I've taught you about the head tag, the opening and close head tag, and what it does. Okay, so the head tag contains information about the website, including the um the title. So all this while we've been using title to show what I believe you can see my screen. Sorry, just to confirm. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to confirm. So the title contains describes the title of the website. Okay, and then there are other tags inside inside the header tags that are also very important. They are called the meta tags. Okay, so the first one is is meta chassis, right? So the chassis is more like it provides or tells the HTML about the character set. This is what we call character set. It tells the browser what kind of text encoding the web page is using. All right, so this is like is beyond the scope of what we're discussing today. But if you want to find out, you can Google text encoding, right? Text encoding, and you find out different text encodings that we have. One of them is UTF-8. Okay, so it tells this very tag, the meta tag chassis equal to UTF-8, tells the web browser that we are using the UTF-8 character set encoding. Okay, so the next one is the viewport. Okay, it defines the viewports, which is the visible area of a web page on a user screen. Right, so the content, the value, we have content equal to width device width, tells the browser to match the page width to the device screen width. Okay, so it's more like making it responsive. So whatsoever, if you're using a laptop, right, the screen of the width of your laptop will be the width of the website. If you're using a phone, the width of your phone will be the width of the website. Okay, and we have what we call the initial scale. It sets initial zoom level. So when a page is loaded, the zoom level is 100%, which is 1. by default. Okay, so we also have description. So description tells the search engine, um, tells the search engine what the website is all about. For instance, let me share our page again. Let me share the Softzenith website again, so I'll show you. Sorry, let me share the Google page of Softzenith. So look at this. If you come here, you can see that you have a description. This thing that shows is the value of the description meta tag. Okay. So whenever people come to search you on Google, the description of your page shows. And also the title of your page shows there as well. So this is also the title of our website, of our page, and then this is our description. Okay. So let's go back to our editor. So I believe you can see the editor right now. So that's the description. So if you come here, this is just the description that would show whenever people are browsing your website. So all these things does not show on your web page. They are more of info that your website provides to machines that read them. For instance, Google search engine and other search engines. Okay, so right now we have the header. Like I said, after the body, inside the body, you have the open and close body, which carries everything that we need to show to people when they visit our website. That's what is inside the body. I said it. The header contains just information, meta information, more like some configuration or some, you know, internal detail that describes our website and the functionality of our website. There are more meta tags, but these are the basic ones, so you can actually search them out yourself and see what they do and how you use them. So inside the body tag, we have the header. Sorry, the header is not the same as the head. So this head is always the head part, but this header is more like the top part of our website, like I showed you in the Softzenith website. It contains the nav links, it contains the logo and the title of your website, more like the caption you want people to see, not title this time around. The caption you want people to see when they come into your website. It can be welcome to my website, it can be anything. Okay, depending on your design and the structure of your website, it can contain many things. Okay, and this is the nav. The nav contains the nav links. You have home, about, and these are links we have thought about. I've taught you links in HTML, so there are hyperlinks. You can go to that video and look at how hyperlinks work. So this href element is supposed to contain the URL to in the website you want this link to take you to. So when people click on this home, it will take them to the link you provided here. But there's another strategy where instead of taking them to a different link, you can keep them in the same page, but take them to a different section of the page. So, for instance, when they click on home, it takes them to the home section of the page, about section of the page, services section of the page, and the contact section of the page. So how does this work? How does the link identify all these sections? So when you come down to your page, you will find out that there are some tags giving IDs. So IDs are unique. No two tags should have the same ID, right? So IDs are more like unique numbers given to tags so that you can easily locate them either with a link like this or via your CSS if you are doing CSS styling. So for a link like this, when this link is clicked, we have hash, the name of the ID. So when you put hash and the name of the ID, whenever the link is clicked, there will be an automatic scroll down to the section that was given that ID. It may be a section, it can be a div, it can be different kinds of tags that you want. Any tag can have ID, but what matters is that whenever the ID is called, that tag will appear. Okay, so when you click on here, it will take you to the section with the ID home. When you click it, take you to the section with the ID about. You can see them. This one is the ID about, this one is services, and then contact. So these are the different sections that we have, and this is how you can connect them with your link. So let's say a section is at the bottom, and instead of you allowing the user to scroll to the end, they will just click the link and the browser scrolls automatically. Okay, so we have the main tag here inside. After our header, look at it. After the header, the next tag we have is the main. So this main is more like the main content. All right, every other thing that you want to shoot that is not header and footer, more like the middle, the body, the middle of your body. Okay, so inside this here we can have different sections like the home section, which is more like showing us the basic introduction about the website. You can see the opening section and closing section, and the things that are in the home section are described. We also have the about section, at it, or the services section. So we also have this link here called articles. So articles is more like a special link in HTML that you can use to present uh, text in a block format. So the text we have, for instance, it may have an image, the way we present things in blog. So, for instance, if you have seen a blog, you see the blog will have the title of the blog. Or if it's a news website, a news blog, have the title of the news, an image that describes the news, and then content below it. So that's what article does. Article help you to organize your content in a blog format, right? So you have the content title, the paragraph that follows the content, and sometimes you can have images as well. Okay, so you can see that we have different sections here. Okay, this is a section of its own, and this is now a section of its own, right? So we have a form for contact us, of course, form was here, and then we have our footer, right? So the footer is the last part of the website that contains some information. It can be phone number, it can be contact address, the copyright. This very thing here is copyright. So when you write this, there are entities in HTML. Okay, they are called HTML entities. There are many of them. You can browse them and see how they work. But once you type and a particular code with this, it displays as this C here. You can see it on the website, and you will see it when we load it. So this is what semantic HTML, the basic things about semantic HTML, right? So try to make your code readable and organized. So you can use comments to describe different sections of your code. This is what we call comments in HTML. Anything written in between these. So when you want to write a comment, this is how it is written. You use this angle, exclamation mark, minus sign, double minus sign, and then you do another double minus sign and then angle. Right. So anything written here will not display on our website. These are more like notes that you attach to maybe your fellow developers or anybody that will be going through your code, to let them know how the decisions you have made while you are writing the code, the way you structure the code, and the many other information that may be needed to navigate and possibly to do something. Let's say you have developed a website and see this one is a bit smaller. There are some that have 200 lines of code, 500 lines of code, and more, and even 1,000 lines of code. All right. So if you are the one that wrote this website, there's every possibility that in the next 3 years you might forget some of the things you have written here and why you made some decisions. So comments can help you. So if you are coming back in the next 20 years to update this website, you would know that this was the main content. This is where I designed the homepage. This is where I put the about, and many other things that will help you run a very flexible and efficient maintenance on your website. So comments are very important. Please do add them to different sections. You can see it here that it helps to make our code readable. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I think this is the end of our bootcamp, and I want to appreciate everyone who has been around, who has been following, everyone that have been attending, those that have been doing their projects, and then those that have been very faithful and committed to the class. So you can still invite your friends to follow through. You must not be always active online to follow through the bootcamp. One thing is that we have our videos recorded so that at your own convenience you can come and watch them yourself. All right. So invite your friends who are still interested in this. They should subscribe to our channel. If you've not subscribed, please do. Okay, so let them come and let them come and follow. Let them come and subscribe, and let them come and get the skills. So the videos will remain here as long as YouTube is active. You can always come and watch them start from day one to the last day. Okay, so for those who have been following to this point, our project session starts next week. So endeavor to check out our Telegram group, Telegram community, get the question, and also get yourself involved. It will give you some hands-on experience that you would need, and it's very important to ensure that you have a solid grasp of what has been taught in the class. I mean, in the bootcamp session. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, and do have a very nice evening. Enjoy yourself, and if you have any question, don't always hesitate to come to. You can come to this video and drop a comment, or you come to our Telegram community and ask your question. Please, links to our social media is also attached to this very video. Endeavor to follow us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on X, and on Instagram, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. And share this video, share the playlist, share all our videos to your friends and everyone who may be interested in gaining a web development career. All right. So, guys, bye, guys, and take care of yourself. Bye.